All right, so we're recording both. So if it doesn't work on Facebook, at least we've got the recording of this. All right, so we've missed the first part, but it's okay. We've done the focus and the goal. We've got a fantastic lady here, Tinika, who's volunteered to have a scan. And yeah, we're going to go ahead now and scan all the databases. So great, let's tick the box. And so we're going to have these four analysis altogether. We've got goals, career, personal relationships, and self-worth. And we're going to have one reading for each one. All right. So what I'd recommend, Tinika, is just to kind of just maybe tune in and really just go into that inner space in your heart. Even put one hand on your heart right now and just take a breath. And really just breathe into the feeling inside right now, and whatever that may be, you know, it can be any feeling. It doesn't have to be positive. It can be any feeling at all. And just really tuning into what that is inside your body and where it is inside the body. Okay, I'm going to start the analysis now. Okay, perfect. So here we go. Here, this is the scan results that have come up. And interesting, the top one, which has come up, which is 93% relevant. However, it's a 2 in intensity and it's a D100,000. So for those people that don't understand what that is, it's all around life theme. Okay. D100,000 is a homeopathic remedy or a potency. And this list and this chart can be found on some of the resources that I have. So if you don't have that, I'm happy to share it after the session. And D is all about the physical. Okay, so the desired state that's coming up there around goals is, I'm just going to read it out. It's purposely live my true intentions. I constantly use my skills to achieve my goals easily, effortlessly, and smoothly. So perhaps you'd like to say that out loud, Tinika, just so that it's coming from yourself and you truly feel what it's saying.
Okay. I purposely live my true intentions. I constantly use my skills to achieve my goals easily, effortlessly, and smoothly.
Amazing. I mean, how aligned is that? That's exactly around what we were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
It's really aligned, and it's pretty much like it is almost the same affirmation as what, you know, it's another way of saying what your focus was all about. And it's interesting because everything I put in here, I've never had something so the same that's come up. So it really, this is really we're gonna send frequencies for this. So the next one that's come up is all around self-worth and self-acceptance. And this is C1. So C1 is all about mental, emotional. Okay. And it's all about the acting, how we're acting in our daily life. And it's an 8 intensity. So it's fairly strong. And yeah, so you can read that out if you like, or if you want, I can read it out loud. It's up to you.
You mean the self-acceptance?
Yes, self-acceptance.
I have the sense of reality, the motivation and the strength to change things I don't like about myself, if possible.
Great.
So that's the purpose of the consequence from the D.
Yes.
If I'm right. Yes.
Exactly. And then the next one we've got is, it's all around career and talents. Okay, so again, LM is all spiritual. And yeah, as you've described, that you're kind of coming from a spiritual, well, it feels like that's what's inside. It's like you've got all of this amazing spiritual connection, actually, that you feel like you've lost. Yes. And this is around that career and talents. So do you want to read that one out? Because this is your scan.
Sorry, it's not easy to... sometimes I'm not right with the English word, I think.
You're perfect. You're perfect. This is all has to be in your words.
Okay. I develop and harmonize the following the following personal characters to decorate.
To decorate. Okay, that's very interesting. So to decorate, now that has to be our own interpretation, and that could mean many things. And then finally, the last one, which is all around personal relationships, and it's LM, so spiritual as well. And desired state, it's all about finding a partner, has come up with this one.
I have to smile because I have a lovely man where I married 35 years. So he is my tree and he's my rock. So I'm up to feeling more finding a partner. It's not my husband, but different kind of partner.
Absolutely, and perhaps even maybe it doesn't mean it has to be an actually like a partner or an intimate partner. It could mean it's a personal relationship. Could mean a business partner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or something, because this is around career, and your focus was on career. What this could mean is actually perhaps it's about creating a new venture, or maybe you meet someone and you decide to co-create together, because at the moment, like, co-creation is everything. And I really feel that we all have to come together and start building on what we know and what we are creating ourselves, and make it stronger as a unit. And perhaps this, as it says here, I let go of my disappointment about a past relationship and the associated experiences. Perhaps that is with your previous career, your previous job.
Yeah, it's that's why I love Healy. It's always a mirror. So desired states is I let go of my disappointment about a past relationship and the associated experience. And my desired states description is I'm able to engage in a new partnership with an open mind. And I love the open mind.
Fantastic, because you just, open mind is everything. It's imagining, we're born from nothing, and we go with nothing, and it's all this openness, this vastness of just what is possible. There is so many possibilities in this universe, and a lot of us feel like we're only confined to a few things that we've learned or that we know, but there's so many possibilities. The moment we open ourselves, we open our mind, we open our heart, and it's all about doing that right now, really moving and shifting and changing and moving into who we really are and empowering ourselves and being open. So I think this is a really beautiful scan, actually.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And Trish actually has put it in the chat here. She's also made another interpretation of perhaps it could be the personal relationship with self.
That could be, yes.
As another option, So with all of this, it's really great that we have this opportunity to create our own interpretation to whatever it is. And you will feel what it is, you will feel inside what feels right for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so perfect. And Guy, do you have anything you want to add to that?
I don't think so. I'm taking it all, and I've just noted down the statement so that we can work directly on that once the vibrations are going.
All right, amazing. So I guess, like, how long do you need if I start the vibrations?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, we can just go until they're finished, and we can start with just sort of giving a bit of a demo here. So we can go for as much time, and we can go on for a bit longer as well if we choose to. Okay,
great. So should I start a vibration?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm just thinking to start off with. How long should I do? I'm just trying to feel into it. If I say 26 minutes, I mean, obviously that's past the time of the Healy Hangout, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm fine to. Is that enough time, or is that too much?
That's plenty of time. Plenty of time.
I mean, then the vibrations are still running.
Yeah.
And it will just be, obviously it will.
Yeah. And even if we finish before that, the work will still go on. So that's great.
Exactly. I can still continue to vibrate anyway. Yeah. All right. Fantastic. All right. So I'm just going to start now, Tineke, vibrating this into your field.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll let Guy take over.
So, Tineke, I receive as much as I am given in everything I create in my life. I am fully connected to my inner desires and my true purpose. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go quiet for a few seconds to make a connection with you and with the source as well, the higher powers, so that we can do the work. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look in your subconscious mind and see subconsciously how aligned you are to manifesting that goal in your life. How much of your resources are currently being put into manifesting that. And we'll work that out as a percentage. And then the work that we do will be to bring you up as high as possible into alignment with that goal.
Okay, great.
Okay. So give me a few seconds to make a connection. Okay, we are connected, you and I. So I'm going to ask your subconscious mind, using muscle testing, to what extent you're connected, you're aligned with the goal of receiving as much as you're given in everything you create in life, and being fully connected to your inner desires and true purpose. Well, already I'm seeing it's less than 50%.
Okay.
It's actually less than 40%. But it's more than 30, which is good. It's 34%. You're 34% aligned to it. Abbey, has the vibration stopped?
Yeah, I don't know why that happened, but anyway, it's still running now. It's running again now. I don't know, it didn't fully go through. It's continuing.
So what I'm checking now, whether it would be most beneficial to you to work with the emotion code, which is just identifying trapped emotions, or the body code, which can go for a much bigger range of imbalances. And I'm getting the body code, and I would normally do that anyway. Okay. What I would normally do if I was seeing you for the first time is I would release a thing called a heart wall, which is basically the heart wall is an invisible energetic barrier that we all put up in front of our hearts to protect our hearts at moments of life that are really difficult. So let's say you're in a traumatic relationship or something like that. The only way that you can survive is to numb yourself to some of the experience and some of the feeling of going through that. So everybody's had some sort of experience that's caused us to put up a heart wall. And the heart wall is made up of trapped emotions. And one of the most powerful and most foundational things we can do with the body code is to release this heart wall. But it takes a while, so we can't actually do that today because it's usually spread over a number of sessions and can be interspersed with other work as well. But anyway, we're going to work directly on this affirmation to try and increase you. Let's see if we can get it at least towards half before we finish. Okay. Although that's quite a big jump in a short time, but let's see. So I'll ask the first few out loud so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to ask your subconscious mind now, does Tineke have an imbalance that we can release to help align her with this affirmation, with this goal? And the answer is yes. So I'm going to find this in a moment. The best thing that you can do, the thing that you could do that would help most to turbocharge the work at this moment, is to connect with the experience that you will have. What will it feel like when you are fully giving as much as you're receiving in everything you create, and you're fully connected to your inner desires and true purpose? What will the experience of that be like? So you don't need to tell me, but try and conjure that up. You know, it probably comes from the same place as that part of you that came up with this goal in the first place. When you were coming up this goal, this was something that you were really wanting. Try and connect with that not the feeling that it's lacking and you want it, but the feeling that you will have when it's fulfilled. And while you're doing that, I'm going to find out what the first imbalance is that we need to release. It's a misalignment. So one of the things that we find in the body code are tiny structural misalignments in the body, which are just microscopic, that we can actually address on an energetic level. So we're going to find out what sort of it's actually one of the most common. So I've got a list here of the 6 most common misalignments, and it's one of those, and it's actually the uterus. So there's a misalignment in the uterus here.
Okay.
So I'm just making a note of this, and if you would like, you just send me your email address at the end, and I'll send you the notes of what we've covered today.
Thank you.
Did somebody say something? I'm.
1 second, guy. I'm just unmuting you because I don't know who it was. Just going to ask you to unmute yourself.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Do you know what? Someone's written on the face. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Angie on the Facebook group. The gremlins are having fun tonight.
Yes. Gosh. Okay. So with the emotion code, if we're just finding trapped emotions, we'd find an emotion and release it. However, when we're working with the body code, some of the imbalances that we find are a little more intricate. Like an imbalance in the body is likely to be supported by other imbalances. And so if we just correct the uterus misalignment and we don't look what's behind it, holding it in place, the chances are the same misalignment will come back, or another misalignment will come up which will do different damage to you, or hold you back in different ways. So what I always ask before we actually address the imbalance is, are there any additional imbalances behind it that are contributing to it being there? And the answer is usually yes, and in this case it's yes. So we're going to see what is behind it. And in this case it's another misalignment. So there's a second misalignment behind the uterus misalignment. And this time it's an organ. Oh no, yes, it is an organ in the body. Let me just find out which one it is. It's actually the heart. There's a heart misalignment. Okay, so again we see what's behind that. And this time what's behind it is a trapped emotion. So this is an emotion that you've repressed at some part of your life. And the trapped emotion is almost always, I think it's only been 2 or 3 times I've ever found that it hasn't been at the base. There's usually nothing beyond a trapped emotion, nothing behind it. So I'm going to tell you what that emotion is in just a second. It's actually an experience of horror that you had. And we do need to find out some more information about that. We need to know the age that you were when this horror occurred. So, Tinika, how old are you now? If that's not a rude question.
No, I'm 57.
Okay, 57. So we'll start about halfway. So,
56. Sorry, I will be 57 this year.
Okay,
Sorry.
So we'll start at a little more than halfway, and we'll ask: was Tinika more than 30 when she had this experience? No. Was she more than 20? No. Was she more than 10? No. Was she more than 5? Yes. So this was from very young. It's actually from age 6. An experience of horror when you're age 6. And we don't know what it was, because it could be something truly horrific. Or when you're 6 years old and you can't find your favourite toy, you have an experience of horror. Yeah. So we don't know. And we don't need to know. That's what I really like about this. We don't need the details of all of this. So now we've found this trapped emotion. There's nothing behind it. So I'm just going to release that. So give me a few seconds and we'll release this trapped emotion from your system. So that horror has now been released. The energy that was trapped in your body from this experience of horror at the age of 6 is not there anymore. So now we can go back up to the heart misalignment that we found. There's nothing more behind that. There was just that one trapped emotion behind it. So we're now going to correct that misalignment of your heart. So again, give me a second. So that's been done, and we're going to do the same now with the uterus misalignment. There we go. So that's the first batch of imbalances completed.
Thank
So
you.
now, after each batch of imbalances, because different people can support different amounts of work done on them at any one time. For occasionally that will be enough. The person will say, it's very low, but the person might say, that's it, I'm not able to do any more today. So I'm always checking in with your body and asking what you can cope with at each time. I'm asking, is it okay to continue? And it is. So I'm going to ask again to your subconscious, is there an imbalance we can address for Tineke, which will help align her with the goal of receiving as much as she's given in everything she creates in her life, and being fully connected to her inner desires and her true purpose. And it's connecting with you also. It's connecting with what you're experiencing in this moment when you're conceptualizing this. And the answer is yes. And this time we have a pathogen, some form of pathogen that's there. In this case, the pathogen it's not an active pathogen. It's not a pathogen that's currently alive in your body. It's actually the energetic imprint of a pathogen that's been with you in the past. So we need to find out what type of pathogen it is.
And may I ask what is a pathogen?
A pathogen, it's like a bug, a virus or a bacteria or a mold or something like that.
Okay. Thank you.
In this case, it's a fungus. It's the energy of a fungus. So I'm just making a note of it so I can send you the notes at the end. And actually, usually, we don't need to know anything about this, but we do need to know more about this fungus. And the reason we need to know more about it is because in this case, it wasn't a fungus that you had. It was the energy of a fungus that was inherited from a parent, and it was actually inherited from your dad. And he inherited this himself, and he received it from his mum.
Okay.
And that's where it originated. It originated from your paternal grandmother. Okay, so we'll come back to that, but first, again, we're going to see what's behind it.
Okay.
We have a misalignment. And this time it's a misalignment of one of your chakras, one of your energy centers.
Okay.
And again, it's the heart chakra, so there's a heart theme in this work today. So let's see what's behind that. And behind that we have a trapped emotion. So it's coming to the end of this batch. And it's nervousness. So give me a moment and I'll release this nervousness. Okay, that's done. So this is all that was behind the heart chakra, so we can now realign the heart chakra. And we can now release the energy of this fungus. When it's inherited, it takes a little longer to release, but when it is released, it should also be released at the same time from any parents parents who might still be alive, and also from anybody else who they pass this on to.
Okay.
So because this goes 3 generations back, it could be cousins and second cousins and things like this. So let's release that. So that fungus energy has been released now. So we can go on. We could also stop at any time. So Abbey, just jump in when you think it's enough. That's fine.
I think it's flowing pretty nicely right now, and I think a lot of people here are getting a lot out of it. So if you want to continue, it would be nice just for a bit longer.
Let's go on.
Yeah.
So let's see, is there another imbalance we can address to help align Tineke with the goal of receiving as much as she's given in everything she creates in her life and being fully connected to her inner desires and true purposes? Yes, true purpose, yeah. Okay, this time it's something to do with nutrition or lifestyle. It's lifestyle. Okay, there's something about your magnetic field not being in balance. So there's a deficiency in your magnetic field.
Okay.
So you're not getting as much of magnetic influence as would be ideal. So give me a second and we'll quantify that. So let's see. It's only an 11% deficiency, so it's not dramatic. And we're going to see what's behind it so that we can, very often if we release the imbalances that are behind it, it goes dramatically down anyway.
Okay.
So let's find out what's behind this magnetic field deficiency. So we have an imbalance in one of the circuits or systems of the body. It's actually one of your body cycles. It's the diurnal cycle. This is the daily flow of energy to the meridians. So the meridians are the energy channels of the body. Yeah. There's usually one associated with each of the organs, plus some others. And the energy of the body works like a clock. So the energy goes, it flows and serves one of the meridians in 2-hour blocks through the day. So what we're going to find out is where in the cycle you're imbalanced. Where's the blockage? Where's the part that's disrupting it? 1 second. Just making a note here. So we're going to find out what the window is. So it's not morning. So it's not 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. So it's somewhere between. It's actually somewhere between 5 and 11 p.m. It's between 7 and 9 p.m. I think that's the pericardium meridian around the heart. 7 to 9. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's the time when you should be like winding down in the evening. And just, but there's an imbalance there. And what's really interesting is often when this comes up with clients, you might say between 3 and 5 in the afternoon, and they go, yes, but that's when my headaches come on. Or you might say between 3 and 5 in the morning and say, oh yes, but that's when I wake up and I can't go back to sleep. So I just want to ask you, do you recognize anything about this 7 to 9 p.m. slot?
7 to 9, that's on the evening, eh?
Yeah.
It's more that I'm tired then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
sorry.
my clock. Sorry.
No problem. Okay, so we're going to sort that out as well. We're going to see what's behind that. Okay, we have a misalignment behind that. So this one's a little more intricate than the others. It's not an organ this time, it's one of your glands. It's a brain gland, one of the glands in the brain. It's the pituitary gland. So, and now we get the trapped emotion. Okay, so let's make a note. It's actually despair. So let's release it. That's done. So again, that's the only one there. So we can now move back up the list and correct the pituitary gland misalignment first. Okay, that's done. We can now reset the pericardium energy of the journal cycle between the 7 to 9 p.m. window. That's done. And now we go back to this magnetic field deficiency. And that's gone. It's gone. There's no deficiency anymore. It's gone as a result of that. It's always a good idea, you know, if you have any magnetic, because we're all underexposed to magnets. And if you have any, you know, some people wear insoles. If you can find a good brand, insoles made of magnets, and you know, people use magnets in all sorts. Some people have bedding that's all got sort of subtle magnets in the bedding, and might be a bit extreme. But it's always a good idea to supplement. Abby, do we want to do another? I think
that feels like very well rounded actually, and it's given everyone a great demo of what and how you can connect the body code and the coaching module, and probably some of the other modules as well, I'm sure, with aura and resonance. I mean, I am just absolutely fascinated on how you do it.
Okay. Yeah, so I didn't explain this at the beginning. I do it with muscle testing. So once I've made the connection with Tineka's subconscious mind, I use my fingers. So this is my favorite method. Can you see this?
Yes.
So I sort of put my fingers in ring, and I sort of pull, you know, press them against each other. If the fingers hold, then the answer is a yes. If they come apart, then it's a no. And so that's how I get the yes or no answers, and that's how I get navigated through the you know, flows that I have, the process flows, to understand which emotion or which imbalance is there at any point. And when we do the percentages, like we're going to do now, to see what's changed as a result of this combined with the Healy, it may not be dramatic because it's just a few minutes and it's one set of vibrations and just a few imbalances, but there should have been a small shift at least. But then I'll do it I'll do it out loud so you can see the questions I'm asking to get to the percentage. So is Tineka aligned with the goal of receiving as much as she's given in everything she creates in life, and being fully connected to her inner desires and true purposes? The answer is no. Now what that means is that it's still less than 50%, which is what I'd expect because it started at 34. But so now let's see, is Tineka more than 40% aligned to that goal? And the answer is yes. Is she more than 45%? No. Okay, is it 41, 40, 42%? So it's gone up 8%. But it was just a few minutes.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
There we go.
Amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Guy. That was like very intriguing on how you do your sessions. I'm going to keep this running for you, Tineka. I'm just going to stop sharing the screen for a second.
Thank you.
It's still running there in the background. Yeah, so it's been such a great session, and yeah, I'm just delighted that we could share with everybody a little bit more on how the coaching module can work. Thank you so much, Tineka, for being, you know, our volunteer today, and hopefully you get something out of it, and hopefully, you know, in the next coming days, something will magically appear in your life.
I will share then.
Yes, please do. Let's stay in touch and let us know how you're getting on, and if anything's changed for you, and you know, if there is, you know, maybe in the future we could do a few more of these sessions. You know, depending on what we're going to do in the future, but these kind of sessions is what we're going to be doing as well with Healy Avalon, and giving everyone the opportunity. And I apologize to all those people that were logging in on the Facebook link, but I have no idea. I mean, it says live on Facebook here. I'll go in and it's not showing the video. So Mercury retrograde is playing havoc. But thankfully we did record most of the session when I realized it wasn't working. So we will edit that and we'll post that on the Facebook and also on the newsletter. We missed the first part of the focus, but it's okay. I think you still get like a good idea of how it works in combination with the body code. Yeah, fantastic. Has anyone got any questions before we go? Any at all?
Well,
I'm grateful. So thank you both.
Tineke, if you send me your email address or put it in the chat or send a message to me or do it through Abbey or however you want, I'll send you the notes of what we covered.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you everyone for tapping in and joining in and being with us here. I'm happy that you all enjoyed it. We will see you next week. I'm not sure what's planned yet, but I'll be posting that on the weekend and see where we're going with the following week's sessions. Okay, so yeah, sending everyone love. Tineke, are you on our Facebook group to connect with the email?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. We'll connect on there. We'll connect on the group then.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. Thank you, Guy.
Thank you.
All right. See you all soon, everyone. Bye-bye.